Cats. On Oasis, the setup for cats takes 3.5 hours just to build the set.
We love
It
that.
takes every technician in the ship. We all, from Aqua, Ice, Stage, Lounge Techs, they all come here. It takes 3 hours to set up, 2 hours to strike. And it used to be a 3-hour long show. Now it's an hour, hour and a half. Cats is probably the hardest show technically for us to do for the setup. Now, these new shows are tough. Now, if you guys have been on Icon, well, I know you guys, a lot of y'all have said you haven't. Icon and Star have like Back to the Future and The Wizard of Oz, true Broadway.
Wow.
We work directly with the Broadway install team from New York. They come on board during the install. Now, so for example, I talk about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, because I have a buddy working on that right now. We have the entire Broadway team with the studio in Miami as we design the ship. So we are now designing the venues based on what show is being put in the venue. That way we know exactly the automation we need, the set piece requirements, the layout that will best support that show. Like this ship, we built the ship and we put the show in the venue. Now we're putting the ship in the show. Okay? So that we're taking a lot more time. These new ships, they realize entertainment is probably the biggest thing Royal Caribbean does in comparison to other cruise lines.
I agree.
Like our in-house production shows, our music, our orchestras. We're one of the only cruise lines that have a live orchestra on almost all of our ships. So they know that. They know about our aqua shows, our ice shows, our 270 venues. They're really now emphasizing the importance of making sure what we have is perfect. So like our positions are getting more and more important by the year, which is more stress on us, more stress on Charlotte, I'm sure. Because show integrity is a big thing. But for like these new Broadway shows, we now have two types of show integrity. We have what we do as management team to keep it how the director wants. But now we also have Broadway expectations. When we bid and buy these contracts to house Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, we have to say we have an average of how many people, how many shows, to actually have the licensings to do it. And then we also have to now, as production managers, we have to send 2 different reports, one to our local shoreside team, and then one to the actual Broadway team, to explain how we are upholding their vision and how we're representing Broadway as a structure with the company. So it's being a lot more not intrusive, but involved. And it's just a lot more complicated overall.
Plus, sometimes you have to cut the time, right?
Yes, so
you
like
have
Wizard of
to figure out
Oz
what
was a
to cut.
2.5-hour show when Icon first came out, with a matinee. We got advised from Broadway that, hey, you guys are losing about half your house during the matinees. So instead of that, here's a new reversion of the show, install this one for your next cast, and then instead of it being a 2.5-hour show, let's make it a 1-hour, 20-minute show with no matinee. And it's a lot better. It's a lot more streamlined. It's like 140. It's still a long show.
They're probably performing better too, because they're not as
Wizard of Oz, for a performance side, there's not much going on. I will say that because I'm not
They're
a dancer.
following a yellow brick road. It's like Lord of the Rings.
That one's more character driven. Like we have effectors on that show, which is like the choreography, a lot more. That's our in-house production. But these Broadway shows aren't like dancing shows. These new shows are more straight plays and musicals, which is a different beast. Like we have dancers come in many different shapes, sizes, and skills. Like we have Daniel, who's a tumbler, wants to do more aerial stuff, but he might not be suited for like a straight play.
Right.
Sean can sing great in a musical, but maybe he can't act. Like this.
Wait a second. That's what I went to school for. Hold on.
So we have a lot of opportunities for our cast in terms of what they want to do. Aqua, ice skating. We have what's called a 270. If you guys been on the quantum class, 270 has like the book and Silk Road. That has a lot more aerialists.
Oh, the book was wonderful.
Yeah, the book was
oh
good.
My God.
We have a lot more aerial and rigging, and it's a lot more open. It's a different type of venue with a different type of
I love
dancing.
the Cirque du Soleil performance. That was amazing.
Oh, that's tonight as well.
I assume we get tonight.
So the second half of the show is tonight. So NPR Duo comes from Cirque du Soleil.
I'm so excited.
They're if you like the first show for Welcome, come see this one.
Yeah,
this one is way better. The second half tonight at 7 o'clock.
Yes,
We'll be there.
we'll be there.
If, like, I'm cruising this week, if I decide I want to book and cruise this exact same ship in the middle of February,
Yes.
will I see the same shows? Or do
You will see
switch
different
them out?
headliner shows. So we get a different so every month for the San Juan season, the acrobats change. We'll have a different tango couple. If you come at the end of February or early March, it's a different cast.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So, if a fun time to ever cruise, you won't find this information online, is if you find a way to be on board during a cast change. So that is the biggest. If you do like on the 14-day voyages on a cast change, you might start with one cast and end with a different one.
Wow.
Wow.
So they might have a closing show for the show on day 2, and then by day like 13, it's the new cast with the new opening of a different show. And we have a lot more headliners because we don't have like 3 production shows, so it'll be a lot more entertainment than normal. You can't ever plan for those. You can't really book. You can't talk to concierge to do it. But if you ever get lucky or talk to a PM and say, hey, I'm looking to book, when is something going to happen? We can always let you know.
Well, it's good that you perform the same shows because it would be incredibly hard to learn a different set of shows
Well,
every
the only
every
exception that has
cruise.
ever happened since I've been with the company was on Serenade. We had the World Cruise, and that had a Little Horror Picture Show.
Yeah.
Rocky Horror, thank you. Look.
Mr. Bushnick.
Yeah.
No, that's
we had a
not
Rocky Horror show on that one. And during the World Cruise, we had the same 1,200 passengers for 8 months. We can't have the same production show every single night for 8 months. So what we did is we sent the cast home. We kept the singers on board, and they would learn new songs, new sets, kind of learn music based on the country you might be going to next week, and kind of put on a small 30-minute section somewhere in the ship. They do that. When we came back, we got rid of the shows and we installed new shows, which is never something we don't normally do. We normally, when we build a ship, we have that show until we sunset that ship. The only 2 exceptions are either something breaks severely, or we lose the licensing for it. If you guys know, on some of the ships we have grease. We,
Yep.
as of this year, no longer have the license to grease.
Okay. That's a shame.
So we are now, within the next couple of months, right after Christmas, we will be removing grease from all the ships that have it and installing new shows. What the shows are yet, we are still working
don't
on
know.
that. But when we get a new cast change,
Grease too.
they will be coming in
No,
with the
it's
new
just
shows.
better.
And
No,
normally we'll
it's
send those
motorcycles.
those ships on an early dry dock to completely renovate the venue to get ready for these new production shows. But it's gonna be when installing a new show, it takes months to do. For an
You guys are
example, for
phenomenal.
light cues,
I wouldn't mind seeing you over and over and
Yeah.
over the same show.
we
You
have
guys are phenomenal.
5,000 light cues for some of these production shows. So that's a lot of programming. For like the singers, we have what's called a snapshot. Every song they sing might have 40 or 50 snapshots for different EQing. When you have to install a new cast or install a brand new show from the ground up, you have to make that.
Yes.
We don't have any files to work on or adjust, and that takes a lot of time. When we install like on the new ships, we have what's called an install period before you guys can come on board as guests. We do about 2 months of building it. We have to build from the ground up every cue, every scene, all the automation, all the calls. It takes time. It takes a lot of effort.
No, I didn't see your big backgrounds other than the ship. How do you, is it all in,
It's all
Are they
curtains. It's
all
all soft
curtains?
goods and it's all hard goods.
and
So
like your doors
yeah, so
and
you
stuff
see
that
like
they came
kind
in
of like
and
where
out
the
of?
lights are. There's like little like sheen, like little curtains. That kind of helps hide it from you guys. We have my automation that has what's called rigs and travelers and bars. We bring it all flown in. Everything is on Traveler in bar 1 to bar 7, Traveler 1 to Traveler 8, and we just fly them in, or we bring them on. So all the curtains, all the backdrops, so like City of Dreams, all the Atlantis, that is a backdrop. The giant door that opens up, that flies. Bombay for West End. I mean Copacabana, the flashing lights. That was always on. If you guys ever notice, we don't know why the lights always react to voice, and we've been trying to troubleshoot it for months. We don't know why. In the show, it's normal. The lights work. It's great. When the show is done, it is just constant. Just keeps going with the lights. We don't know why. No idea. We have no power being fed to it, but it's still somehow flashing. But I don't know.
I work for a theatrical lighting company called Lighting Services
Yeah.
in New York, and how many variations of light fixtures? You know, some were halogen, some were LED, and
We are now thankfully
crazy.
renovating
No more gels.
all of it. We've gotten rid of all of our scrollers, all of our gels, all of our incandescents, because for energy-wise, power consumption, LEDs. Everything's LED. All the lights in here are now LED. We have a couple in cans still, but I won't get to the nitty gritty of all that. On Serenade, after the World Cruise, we did about $3.2 million of lighting overhaul.
Do you still
We
use
installed-
light filters at all?
Say again?
You still use glass filters?
Not anymore.
No.
Not anymore. On the older ships, we still have them. Like if you go to Radiance still has our glass filters, and we still use gel technologies. But for most part now, it's all color corrected LED fixtures. Just because it's easier to program, more versatile. The color doesn't look as good. I went to college for light design. I think in cans have a better shadow and a better, with the makeup and everything, it's more natural lighting. LED is just a wash. It makes you all completely die out color-wise. So they have to use a lot more makeup, a lot more colorful costumes to kind of compensate for the technology. But we got teams for that to kind of figure out all the logistics of the costumes, the color coordination. When they're at the studios, they get told kind of what kind of makeup to have, and yeah. But yeah, we have time for about one more question, guys. Any final question? All right. Well, that's it.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you guys so much.
That's all.
So right now we have what is called the coffee chat from now until 11:30. If you go to the Centrum, you can have all the officers, the captain, executive committee. If you want to take photos with any of them, they're going to be there. And then 11:30 we have veterans. You can see Sean sing the national anthem. So thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. You guys should probably.